Yes, people, welcome back to Normski TV. Match reaction, Arsenal 3, Newcastle 0. Obviously, this is a late one coming. I've been on the road up to Northampton, going to a 60th birthday celebration. So I'm in the car right now doing this in sunny Northampton. But look, let me just say, a very professional game today, absolutely professional game. And really absolutely enjoyed the performance from Arsenal. And so the team selection, obviously in the back, we had Timber, Mascara, Gabriel Mangalese and Calafiori. In the midfield was Odegaard, Moreno, and Zubimendi. And then obviously up front, we had, what's the name on the left? Sorry about this. We had Eze on the left. Want to see him play more central, but obviously he was playing on the left. Had Gokeres up front and Madueke on the right hand side. And obviously we had a pretty strong bench. We had players missing. Rice was on the bench. Saliba wasn't even in the team because of still carrying that knock. Same with Saka as well. Kai Havertz is missing. Jesus is missing. Norgard didn't even make the bench. So what I really liked about this whole thing was that we have depth. We have squad depth, and it's a good problem for Mikel Arteta to have. And it's what he does now going forward, because what we want to see now is more rotation from Mikel Arteta. And today we saw a bit of that. And I'm glad that he rested Rice on the bench and he came on second half alongside a couple of other players. Ethan Runway had to come on for Odegaard, who again he's injured his shoulder, so I don't know how long he's going to be out for. But as soon as Ethan come on, guys, I don't know, you let me know, put it in the comments. I felt that the game sped up. I felt that when he picked up the ball, you know, he was driving into that space. He was feeding not only Madueke, he was feeding Ethan Runway, and he took Eze, he was feeding Eze, and it took a bit of time for Eze not to get into the game. Do you know what I mean? I mean, listen, after 18 minutes, you know, the goal came in the 30+ minute, and what a goal it was by Zubimendi from across Madueke. Ball comes back out, and he hits it, the volley, and the swerve on it. Now, I don't know if he had touched one of the Nottingham Forest defenders or what, but what a goal. And funny enough, a couple of minutes later, he tried another volley that dipped over the bar. That would have been absolutely fantastic. But Zubimendi today had a great game, just kept the game ticking over, done his business. But Madueke today, up against that Moreta guy from Nottingham Forest, who was actually a centre back but's playing at left back, he was giving him trouble. The only thing I would just say with Madueke, and you know, essentially I would have given him man of the match over the course of the game, but you've got to look at that Zubimendi strike and obviously getting the second goal as well. It was amazing what I saw from Madueke today. End product, if he can just turn those end products into goals, yeah. Saka, I mean, what I liked about Madueke was that he's giving problems, and Saka has to look at that. Do you know what I mean? Because he was getting by the players, taking them to the byline and getting that crossed in. Just needs to reach that man. Do you know what I mean? It's just the end product that needs, but still had a very, very good game. But who I was very impressed with today was Mascara, who came in for Saliba. Fantastic, composed on the ball. I think he only had one stray pass, and the rest, he was absolutely fantastic. And there was like a diving stupid header when it came over, and he just bang got it away. Very composed on the ball. Just needs to speed up when he receives the ball. But listen, he's still young. Just needs to just release that ball a bit early. But to be honest, our defense had nothing to do. Yeah, one chance that Gibbs White had, and Timber was able to come in and put him off, and he puts it wide. Other than that, I think we had something like 16 shots. 5 on target. They won 4 shots or something like that. 1 on target. Do you know what I mean? And there was really no threat. Chris Woods was taken off. Morgan Gibbs White was taken off. They just didn't offer no threat whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really pleased the way we went about the game. And what I found was that when Ethan come on, we moved the ball much quicker. As I said earlier on. Odegaard, do you know what I mean? Listen, he's got the injury. He just needs to stop dwelling on the ball too long, and, you know, try and get the balance while playing it out wide, either way, either to Eze or obviously he was playing it mostly to Madueke. A couple of times he played a through ball. There's no one there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And talking of no one being there, listen, first half, Victor Gokres wasn't a great half. He wasn't getting hardly any touch of the ball, wasn't really in the game, and that's the thing. He needs to be in the game. And I think one of the things is that what we need to do as a team, a squad, is to play much quicker. If we play much quicker, then we can get that ball to Gokres. Do you know what I mean? We did that last week in the Leeds, the week before in the Leeds game, where a ball over the top from Calafiori, similar to a ball that he played today, over the top, and Eze was on it. Do you know what I mean? And rather than Gokres having to create for himself, Eze was the one that had the assist, went past the player, straight first time cross, and who's there? He's a fox in the box, goal scorer. That's his job, is to score goals. Do you know what I'm saying? But I just feel that he needs to get involved more. That could be because of the system, the fact that the time that it takes us to play from out the back to front. We need to play much quicker. And I think time will come. He's still looking a little bit clunky, a little bit heavy, but, he needs to get more time. And I was a little bit surprised when he got taken off. I'm not going to lie. We knew, and I think Shane called it, that Moreno eventually ended up front. And Moreno today had a very good game. Moreno today had a very good game. Do you know what I mean? In that midfield, breaking up play and just getting that ball forward as quick as possible. And that's what I really liked about that. But, Arteta's got some good problems to have. He has got some good problems to have. And obviously, I'm glad for Gokres now. I think he's the top goal scorer at the moment, 3 and 4, which is great. He needs to continue to do that. We're playing at home. As I said, the first half was just a little bit slow. We got the goal, which was great. Second half, much better. Moving the ball really quick. We was more decisive in terms of our play and the way we transitioned from back to front. As soon as it went into that midfield, bang! I had to Eze, and he does some little trickeries like that ball around the corner. I love it. I love what Eze is doing, and he can only get better. But loving to see him in that central position. Do you know what I'm saying? That's where I'd really like to see him, in that central position. As I said, Madueke linking up well with Timber. Absolutely linking up well with Timber. Going forward, Timber, defensively, fantastic. And the link-up play between him and Madueke was great. There was a ball that was laid off to him, and that's after Declan Rice came on, and the ball came across, but it caught Declan Rice off guard, and it would have been a nice little tap-in that would have put the game to bed. But listen, we win the game 3-0, clean sheet. Raya making that lovely save, chested. I don't know what Woods was doing, but he kind of chested. I don't know if he meant it, but he tipped it onto the bar. Great, absolutely great, absolutely fantastic that he's done that. And, he goes away with his clean sheet. Now he's got his record over David Seaman now. So, Mikel Arteta, you can be very happy now for him because he's now got his clean sheet. But overall, what a game. And as I said, the players that came on, Trossard came on, Martinelli came on, went over onto the right-hand side, Trossard onto the left. And because Trossard set up had a couple of chances, setting up, trying to set up play. I think the goal that Zubiiii scored, the second goal, I think came from a crossard cross, and he was able to just leap like Ronaldo and stay up there and hang up there and put it into the back of the net. So fantastic all-round play by the team. Defence, Calafiori, sometimes I was wondering where he was playing. He was everywhere. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I was thinking, where's Timber then? If Calafiori's at right back, where's Timber? Seeing Timber going to centre back, I don't know, something that Arteta has told him to do or what, but he calls him the chaotic one, the one that goes in the box and just causes chaos. He got the yellow card, and it was a good move in terms of Arteta bringing him off and bringing on Miles Lewis-Skelly. So I'll give that credit to Mikel Arteta. All in all, I think he set out the team okay for today. As I said, I was a little bit surprised with Declan Rice being left. But listen, we've got the squad depth. We've got loads of games this season. I think going into Tuesday's game away to, I think it's Atletico Bilbao, then, we've got a number of players that are going to be rested. Hopefully Saliba might come into that now that he's back from his injury. Surprising, he could start in that defensive right side, the defensive central back position. So listen, Mosquera had a great game today. Zubimendi, fantastic goal. Madueke just terrorising. But even when they switched up, left back situation. He still terrorized them. It was an absolutely fantastic game. All round good performance. Now we need to take this into the Bilbao game. But the Man City game is coming up next week. What are we going to do? Mikel, what are you going to do, Mikel Arteta? What are you going to do? Let's continue to do the rotation. Last season, we couldn't do that because we didn't have the players to do it. Now that you've got the squad, you've got no excuses. You've got the squad, you've got no excuses. Let's go and take the game to these players. We need to make the Emirates a fortress. We have to make the Emirates a fortress. So listen, we're sitting top of the table, basically on goal difference. Obviously tomorrow by then, it'll probably be Liverpool back on top because they've got a game against Burnley away. So that should put them back on top. But listen, it's still early. We keep going. And obviously with the players that we got coming back, we have got a good squad depth. You know what I mean? Nketiah was on the bench today. Ben White on the bench today. Max Downham on the bench today. You know what I mean? So we've got a decent bench plus players that are out injured. So when they come back, he's got a good problem to have. But let's make sure that the problem that he has, he makes it work. Yeah. But people, Arsenal win the game 3-0. And I'm a happy bunny. I'm going to go and shake a leg. And I'll see you next on the next match reaction. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe and share. And I'll see you later.